Hey, Marcus with MarcusBlankenship.com. Hey, I was just thinking about the concept of gilding. If you're not sure what that is, I think it might also be called gilting. It does have a T, Gilting, if I'm saying it right. It's the idea of covering something with gold. A gilded chalice, a sword that's been gilded. It has a thin veneer of gold on the outside. What does this have to do with our work? Well, first of all, I noticed that a lot of people gilt themselves. And again, we're talking about covering yourself with a thin veneer of gold. And by that, what I really mean is we're acting in a way that isn't quite honest. Leaders do this a lot. In fact, to be honest, that's why leaders wear suits, or managers. That's why executives wear suits and ties. That's why they drive certain kinds of cars. Yes, there's a cultural aspect, but there is also an aspect of guilting, such that it means we want to be perceived as golden, even though it's a thin veneer on the outside. We want to be perceived in a certain way. And the reason I think this is interesting is because I noticed that I do it, and I suspect you do it too. Now, socially, we all put on our face when we go to a church or a wedding. We wear our best, and we try and look a certain way. But how about when you're with your team? Where are you? What actions and attitudes do you have that you're trying to hide, that you'd rather not be seen? And in fact, for example, has anything ever happened where someone maybe does something that you didn't like, and you put on a smile, maybe you pretended it was just fine, or I don't know. I just start to see this kind of fakery as adding up to big problems. And this is the reason I'm bringing it up to you today. Now, I was on the phone call with somebody yesterday, and they said that all these people in their organization, that it was a massive organization, a big brand that you'd heard of, and this was a company that was trying to be agile in the IT department. But what they found was that they had made, I'm trying to think about how to say this. It's the idea of there was lots of little negative comments. There was lots of fear-based decisions. There was lots of upward time pressure. And even though no executive ever said, you'll be fired if you don't get it done, no one would speak the truth to say, no, we can't hit that date. No, I think the project's not a good idea. No, I don't think this team is the right team in order to accomplish that. But they didn't say no. What they did is they guilted their no. They would say, we don't like to think about whether or not it can be done by the date. We just focus on making sure that there's some value delivered. That sounds nice, right? It's very political. It sidesteps the question. And if you're sidestepping the question, you are, in essence, taking the word no and making it more appealing. Now, I realize that it may not be safe where you work to say no, and maybe you have to guilt your no, guilting it with a fine, sort of politically correct, veneer. But everywhere we do that, that adds up to little lies, little stretches of the truth, little in dishonesties that that in the big picture will absolutely create more dishonesty. And so don't think that a whole bunch of little nothings, oh, that doesn't matter. 100 things that don't matter add up to something that does matter. All right, examine yourself. Are you guilting something that you shouldn't? Ask your team if they are being completely honest with you, and strive for that and go first in your leadership position and be more honest. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.